Hello everyone, my name is Educator and you are welcome to Oxchem Academy. Now if you are new to my channel, kindly hit the subscription button below. Also like, share and of course avail yourself to the lessons so as not to be left behind. Welcome back. So in today's class, we're going to be continuing from our previous lessons under acid, base and salt. And in our last video, we talked about salt, but for this particular lesson, we're going to be talking about the nature of some certain salts. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first nature we're going to be talking about is what we call efflorescence. Now, what is efflorescence, or what are efflorescent salts? Now, efflorescent salts are those salts that lose part or all of their water of crystallization on exposure to the atmosphere. So they are salts that lose part or all of their water of crystallization on exposure to the atmosphere. So what happens is that when these salts lose their water when they are exposed to the atmosphere, they form what we call dehydrate or anhydrous salts. Now, salts that undergo efflorescence are referred to as efflorescent salts. So that is one of the natures of salt. A perfect example of this kind of salt is your Na2CO3 anhydrous salt. So this salt, like I said, they lose all or part of their water of crystallization when exposed to the atmosphere. Then we have what we call deliquescence. Now, deliquescence or deliquescent salts are salts which absorb water from the atmosphere. So they absorb water from the atmosphere and they form solution. Okay, so deliquescent salts are salts that absorb water from the atmosphere, and they not only absorb water, they also form solution. So they absorb water on purpose. Perfect example of a deliquescent salt is sodium hydroxide. Okay, so these kinds of salts that absorb water are very useful as drying agents. Okay, so they're very useful as drying agents. A perfect example of this is your silica gel. I know a lot of us have bought some bags or shoes, and then you see something in the bag or shoe that they write "do not eat silica gel," right? And some of us always wonder what is the purpose of that. Silica gel acts as a drying agent. Okay, so what it does is that it absorbs water or moisture from the atmosphere, keeping that product dry. Okay, because we know that moisture spoils product. So that is an example of what a deliquescent salt. So please take note, deliquescent salts absorb moisture on purpose from the environment when they are exposed, while for your efflorescent, they lose water on exposure to what? The environment or the atmosphere. Then lastly, we have what we call hygroscopy. Now, hygroscopic or hygroscopic salts are those salts that absorb moisture from the atmosphere, but they do not form solution in them. So that is the difference between deliquescent and hygroscopy. For deliquescent salts, they absorb water on purpose and they form solution, while for hygroscopic salts, they absorb moisture or water from the atmosphere but do not form solution. So you can see the difference between these two. A perfect example of a hygroscopic salt is your copper 2 oxide. So copper 2 oxide is a perfect example of a hygroscopic salt. So these are the three natures of salt: efflorescence, deliquescence and hygroscopy. So with that, we're going to be concluding our episode on salt. Please, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you're yet to like and subscribe, please do so as to be made aware when videos are uploaded on the platform. I remain your tutor, Educator. Have a wonderful day.